The Kansas City Chiefs just got some great news on Isiah Pacheco as well as Charles Omenihu. And we got an update on JuJu Smith-Schuster as well. We'll talk about it all coming up on this edition of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Tyler Jones here with you. Thanks for joining us. Before we go any further in today's show, I want to remind you to subscribe to the channel as we're closing in on 61,500 subscribers on the Chiefs Report. We're just 24 away from reaching that next milestone. We're going to be live coming up later on this afternoon. We do live shows every Tuesday, watch parties on game days, daily news and rumors, breaking news, Q&A mailbags, and more. It's all in one place right here on the Kansas City Chiefs Report. If you love the Chiefs, this is the channel for you. Subscribe now, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. According to reports from Jordan Schultz of Fox Sports, running back Isiah Pacheco and defensive lineman Charles Omenihu will return from injured reserve this week. Yay! Here's more from Jordan Schultz reporting the following. Sources, the Chiefs are planning to designate running back Isiah Pacheco and defensive lineman Charles Omenihu to return from IR this week. The 9-0 Chiefs, the last remaining undefeated team, are starting to get healthier. A scary sight. A scary sight for everyone else indeed. And this comes after yesterday, we told you in our YouTube short about Chiefs head coach Andy Reid saying in his Monday news conference that Pacheco, Omenihu, as well as JuJu Smith-Schuster are very close to returning to the field. So that report lines up with what Andy had to say yesterday. And you think about it. This Kansas City Chiefs team, they're sitting at 9-0. This is the best start they've had in franchise history. The only undefeated team in the NFL, best record in the National Football League, and they're not even playing that great, if we're going to be honest with you, right? I have been of the belief, and there's some haters and some losers that were trying to fight with me in the comments yesterday about this, that this team's best football is still in front of them. That you look at this Kansas City Chiefs team, the way they've played, they've done enough to get by to win in this 9-0 stretch. But now you get these guys back. This is huge. This is big, folks. This changes everything for the Kansas City Chiefs. And think about this. They were already the best team in the league, even if they haven't played that great, their 9-0 run. And some people say, it's lucky and all that, whatnot. They're finding ways to win. And now they're going to get even better. This is going to be fun, folks. Buckle up. Reach up there, pull those belts tight, buckle in, because this is going to be a fun ride ahead for the Kansas City Chiefs. What is your one-word reaction to the great news on Pacheco and Omenihu and JuJu? Weigh in the comments section. Sound off on our pinned comment today, and let us know what your one-word reaction to the great news is. My one word, incredible. This is incredible, folks. Let me know in the comments section below. Today's show is sponsored by our friends at Prize Picks. Prize Picks is the place to go for daily fantasy made easy. Here's how it works. Choose two or more players in any given category. Get the choice of more or less, whether you're talking fantasy points in football, rebounds in basketball, goals in hockey, all sorts of different categories to choose from. And we got quite the offer for you, folks. If you are a first-time user on Prize Picks, go to prizepicks.com/CLNS and use the promo code CLNS. We will give you $50 to spend for free when you play $5. You do not even have to win to get the money, folks. It's that simple. PrizePicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. I'm looking ahead to this weekend as your Kansas City Chiefs square off with the Buffalo Bills. And they say nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. I think the Chiefs are going to be circling the wagons this week over the Bills. I got Mahomes to have more than 240.5 passing yards. Going with Josh Allen to have less than 32.5 rushing yards. I think the Chiefs' defense is going to keep him contained pretty well. If I put $20 down and this hits, that turns into $60 on Prize Picks. Play along with me, prizepicks.com/CLNS, promo code CLNS. The link is in the comments and description of today's video. Prize Picks, proud partner of the Kansas City Chiefs Report. Glad to have them on board on today's show. Now, let's make this clear. There's no guarantee that any of these three guys are coming back this week. All right? So don't come after me on Sunday if you don't see them on the football field yet. They're very close, but they might not quite be there just yet for Sunday anyway. But at least things are on track, progressing the right direction. But progress is progress. And if Andy Reid is saying that these guys are heading the right direction, then I would think they're going to be back sooner than later. We don't have an exact timeline just yet, but at least they're moving forward in the right direction. And you think about this. One thing that I've been very adamant on this program is that the Chiefs have a championship formula. Despite the question marks that we've seen at the wide receiver position, despite the question marks we've seen on the offensive line, they still have a championship formula. They run the football well, and they play great defense. And that wins, and that's a recipe for championship success no matter how you slice it. On top of that, they still have the best quarterback in the world and the best head coach and all of that. And you think about that, they have the championship formula already in place, and now it's getting better. Credit to where credit's due. Kareem Hunt has done a very good job stepping in for Isiah Pacheco in the 6 games he's played. Remember, they just picked him up off the street. And people did not know what we were going to see out of Kareem Hunt, if he had anything left in the tank. And although his yards per carry isn't great, 3.6, he's done a solid job. He's had a couple 100-yard rushing games. He's had 5 total touchdowns this season. Kareem Hunt has done what's asked of him and then some. And then you bring in Pacheco into the fold. Before Pacheco got hurt against the Bengals, he had a very good game that day. He was running all over that Bengals defense. And what we've seen from Pacheco over the last several seasons is that he's looked like a top 10, maybe even top 5 running back in the National Football League. And now, for the very first time this year, you get these two together as a 1-2 punch. Pacheco's going to be your every down lead back, and then you bring Kareem Hunt in for those 3rd and short, 4th and short, red zone, goal line situations. That's going to be an incredible combination that they have to work with there in that rushing attack. But that's not all, folks. JuJu Smith-Schuster. A lot of people thought he was done too. That when the Patriots of all teams cut him, that didn't seem like a very good sign for the future of JuJu's career. But he had that great game against the New Orleans Saints, and he has shown that he still has something left in the tank, that he could be a difference maker. 9 catches for 147 yards, 16.3 yards reception, 1 touchdown. JuJu's still going to add something to this offense. And you think about Travis Kelce is now starting to come into his own. He looks like the best tight end in football once again. You still have Xavier Worthy there and Watson, among others here. JuJu is just, I think, another fine piece to add. There's nothing bad that comes on board with bringing JuJu back on that front. It's only going to make you better. We haven't even talked about the defense yet with Charles Omenihu. And I got to tell you, I love me some Charles Omenihu. He had arguably the best season of his career in 2023 with 7 sacks, 2 forced fumbles, 5 TFLs, and 28 tackles last year in 11 games played. And you think about the Chiefs' pass rush. It hasn't been that great in 2024. It's gotten better over the last couple of weeks, particularly with what George Karlaftis has done. But you can never have too many pass rushers. You add Omenihu to the mix, and this great defense is only going to get even better adding Omenihu. And you look at the next few weeks. The Chiefs face arguably their toughest test yet when they play at the Buffalo Bills this Sunday. If these guys can get back for that game, if they can win this, watch out. Then you play the Carolina Panthers the following week. That should be an easy win. I think they're going to be just fine there. You play the Raiders on Black Friday. It's going to be a short week for that turnaround from playing Carolina to then playing on a Friday against the Raiders there. But the Chiefs should be fine there. And then you play the Chargers to begin the month of December on Sunday Night Football. It's a divisional game. We saw how close the Chargers came to beating the Kansas City Chiefs back, what was it, week 3, week 4, early in the season. And then you play the Browns, who aren't very good either. I think this next stretch, to look at these next 5 games, after the Chargers, then the Browns and all that, once you get past the Bills, I think these next 4 games are a really good kind of tune-up area for these guys, for Pacheco, for JuJu, for Omenihu to really catch themselves up to speed and find their footing. There's no need to rush these guys. Make sure they're comfortable to get through this next stretch, and then hopefully they're at full strength and fully acclimated when the playoff push really begins towards the end of December and into January and all that. Bottom line, no one's stopping this team. I mean, the way they've played already without a lot of their key pieces and now getting even better at this point in time, it feels very good to be a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I can tell you that much. Who is the biggest addition from the Chiefs injury report of a player coming back? I think it's Pacheco, but you could make a case for Omenihu, certainly. I don't think it's JuJu, but we're still glad JuJu's back, obviously. Who's the biggest addition? Let us know. Subscribe now to the Kansas City Chiefs Report for continuing Chiefs coverage. I'm Tyler Jones. We will see you next time.